Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a little bit of an update video. I've decided to not compete again this year. I don't know if I'll compete again ever, but definitely not this year. So I kind of wanted to go over my thoughts about competing and my personal experience and my personal opinion about competing and whether you should or should not, or what you kind of need to think through before you make that big decision to commit to a prep. So for anybody who doesn't know, I competed in March of this past year. March. Definitely March. So I started my prep in late November. I think I ended up doing a 16-week prep. And it was just it's been a goal of mine for a long time to try competing. I've been lifting for about 2 years now and got really into the fitness community and fitness YouTube community, and I just thought, like, you know, I want to give it a shot and I want to try competing. Because I got to a point where I was lifting, but I didn't really keep track of my macros. I didn't really care what I ate. I basically was like, well, I'm lifting every day, so that means I can pretty much eat whatever I want. And then I got to a point where I was very unhappy with my body. I was very uncomfortable with how much weight I had put on, and I'm a small person. I am 4'11", so weight shows very quickly on you. 2 to 3 pounds looks like about 10 pounds. So I got to a point where I was maybe 10 pounds more than what like an average weight for someone my height would be. And I do carry a lot of muscle, so I am heavier than most people my size. So I just got to a point where I was very uncomfortable and very unhappy. So I was like, you know, now's the time I need to get a coach, get serious about losing some weight, and get to a point where I can compete. So I posted on Twitter that I need to find a coach, and one girl reached out to me saying that she was a trainer, and so she coached me for about 16 weeks. I followed flexible dieting through the entire prep, so it took about 16 weeks. I lost about 10 pounds, which was amazing, and I ended up competing, and I placed 6th in novice and in open at my first show in Waxahachie. So that was great. I reached my goal, I competed, but even though I lost 10 pounds, I wouldn't say that I was as lean as the other girls. It was the leanest I personally have ever been in my life, but I wasn't as lean as the other competitors, which I wasn't upset about that. I was like, it's my first show, I have no expectations. I'm not gonna go into it expecting to get nationally qualified. I just want to compete, I wanna do it, reach a goal, and I did, which is great. Immediately after the show, I wanted to reverse diet and start another prep. I wanted to go straight into another 10-week prep. For the first 2 days I did. I reverse dieted, and then I ended up binging, which it is extremely hard for me to have self-control when it comes to eating, and that is one thing prep taught me, was having self-control and like everything in moderation and balance and not going overboard, which is great. And it was great to have that discipline and to learn that I was capable of that and to really push myself and see what I can achieve. And that was that was amazing. I'm really glad I did my first competition. And so then I wanted to do a prep right after that. I kept rebounding, and then I'd pick a different show and be like, you know, I can still lose the weight. I maybe put on 5 pounds, but I wanted to be even leaner. So I started at 125 pounds, got down to 115 for my show, and within like 2 or 3 weeks I was 120 pounds from the show. So for my next show, my goal was to get down to 110. So I wanted to compete this summer, and I kept picking different shows. I kept starting new preps. I kept cheating on the diet. I kept binging and then being like, oh, well, I'll just pick a different show. I'll pick a different show. So I picked about 3 or 4 shows, and I would text my coach and be like, never mind, we're doing this show. Never mind, we're doing this show. And she was supportive, and she was great, and she kept changing my plan so that we could adjust to that show. And I've finally come to the realization, like now, being that it's July and I was supposed to compete like 2 or 3 times by now, I keep starting these prep series. I keep thinking, like, if I film it and do a prep series on it, then I can hold myself accountable and it'll give me more reason to compete. And basically my whole idea was that, I mean, if you're into fitness and you want to be on YouTube and you want to be on Instagram, then you need to compete. And that's not the case at all. I realized that I wasn't happy at the gym anymore. I didn't enjoy my lifts. I didn't enjoy my diet. I was stressing out about silly things like eating an apple because it was outside of my macros, which it's fine. Like, you can eat an apple. If you want an apple, eat an apple. So I got to a point now where I just kind of took about a week off from the gym. I took a week off from counting macros. I didn't binge, I didn't go crazy, but I ate normal like I normally would. I just didn't track it. So I still measure my food just out of habit. Like, I'll measure my oatmeal, I'll measure my chicken to make sure I get 4 or 5 ounces, but I wasn't tracking my entire day. And I realized that I'm so much more stress-free and so much more relieved all the time, and I'm not choosing, like, I don't feel at the end of the day that I need to go and eat a ton of food, or I don't feel like when I do eat something bad, I'm like, oh, my day's already ruined, I might as well keep eating, or I already messed up my macros for today, let's just eat everything and then start over tomorrow. So I feel like I've become so much more relaxed with it that I don't want to start tracking again, because I feel like it really created a mental block for me. And this isn't for everybody. I know there's a ton of people who love the sport and love the restriction and can just have tunnel vision and can just do it, but not me. So for me, it made me feel like things that should be okay in everyday life that aren't okay in prep life, it made me feel like that was wrong. And then every time that I would binge, I'd always obviously wake up unhappy because I was bloated or puffy, and then I'd be upset and be like, oh, well, I need to pick a different show because I'm never going to get lean enough. And then I'd go to the gym and try and overcompensate for it during cardio. And that's not how it should be. You should enjoy what you're doing. I know prep gets tough and there are times where it's a struggle, but you still have a goal and you're still excited to reach that goal. I wasn't excited to reach my goal anymore. I just basically wanted to like get through it and like hit another competition. And I just decided I just don't have that drive. I don't have that passion for it. And then I started thinking, like, I don't have to compete. I don't have to get stage lean, and why do I want to when last time I rebounded, obviously I could reverse diet correctly and maintain it somewhat this time, but at the same time I'm like, I just like to work out. I like to work out, I like to eat, so why not just do that? So I talked to my coach and I told her, like, I don't think I'm ready to compete again. I'm not in the right mindset. I don't have that drive or that passion to commit to a prep. I'm not able, I mean, I know prep is a hard thing, and it's one of those things that if you're gonna do it, then give it your all, give it 110%. And for me, it's just, I don't have that passion for it and that drive for it, so I wasn't giving it that, so it wasn't worth it to me. And I truly love to work out, but I also truly love donuts. So, I want to find a happy medium. So I'm really glad I competed, but it's just not a sport for me. I don't plan on making it a career. I don't plan on competing often. I loved the one I did. I loved the bikini I had. I loved the glamour, the stage. I loved how I looked, but I feel like I'd be much happier finding balance where I can work out, and if I don't feel like doing cardio, I don't need to do cardio that day, where I can eat a totally normal, balanced, nutritious diet, but then if I want a donut, I don't beat myself up about it and cry because I ate a donut and ruined my diet. So I want to find a very happy balance. And so what I want to come from this video is that you don't have to be a bikini competitor or fitness competitor or figure, you don't have to be any of that to prove that you're fit or that you live a healthy lifestyle. It's not necessary. And I think that's a very big thing in social media these days, is that if you're not stage lean, then are you even lean? Like, do you even lift? You know, bro. But I think that you can still lift and eat and live a happy lifestyle and live a social lifestyle. And there are people who compete regularly, and that's incredible, and kudos to them for being able to commit to that, because it's not for everybody. And if you don't enjoy it, and you don't enjoy the rewards of it, and you don't enjoy the struggle, and you don't learn from it, then why do it? You know, from now on, I am going to continue lifting. I do want to start strength training, powerlifting, like trying different styles of lifting. I'm still following flexible dieting, where I do eat a mainly nutrition-based diet, but then I can have a donut or a burger when I feel like it, and you'll see plenty of that because I usually post it on Instagram. But I just wanted to like share that you don't have to compete to be a fitness blogger, fitness Instagram, or a YouTuber. Like, you can just live a fitness and healthy lifestyle. You don't need to feel all the pressure to compete. Like, it's not necessary to prove yourself. And like I said, I have absolutely no regrets about doing my competition. I am so happy that I did it and that I tried it and I have reached my goal, but I won't be competing again this year. Maybe never again, but definitely not anytime soon until I get right mentally, until I'm happy and I can appreciate my body on a daily basis, until I have a healthy relationship with food where I can eat something bad and not beat myself up about it, and where I find a love for the gym again, where I want to go to the gym again. So basically, all in all, my big point is, if you're going to compete, which is, it's a great sport and it's a great accomplishment, but if you're going to do it for the right reasons, do it for yourself, make sure you're body confident first, and make sure that you know the consequences, that like you're gonna get to an unmaintainable point, a stage lean day, a peak where it's not maintainable, and just make sure you're doing it for yourself, not for social media, not for followers, but that you're in a very stable mental state and have a very stable relationship with food before you compete. But I hope this video helped out. I just wanted to share my experience and my thoughts on the topic. If you're not subscribed, make sure you click that red button below, like the video, and comment if you have any questions or if there's anything else you want to see. But thank you so much for watching, so I'll see you guys next time.